Hi everyone, not a jolly video today, but I feel like I'm finally comfortable enough to talk about this. Number one, to help people recognise the signs, whether it being yourself or your friends, but trust me, I never listen to my friends. And number two, just to get it out of my system, because like, I had mental illness before, but this whole situation just amplified it. I will not be using any names, but if you know me, you know the name, you've seen all the receipts. I will also have receipts if I put them in the video. If I know how to put them in the video, I will, but I will be reading the text. Some of it is pretty disturbing and upsetting. There will be some themes of drugs and abuse, obviously, in this video, but so if you don't like to hear about any of that, just go and come back to the next video, because yeah, I wouldn't like to trigger anyone. This might be a long video. I'm gonna start from the beginning, and also if you are going through any of this, don't be afraid to speak to me. I'm always here. I don't care if I don't know you, I will speak to you and try and help you. And if you know anybody going through this, just stick by them, because there's a 90% chance they cannot leave. So what it is, luckily none of it was physical yet. I got out of there in good time, but it was just very emotional, and emotional abuse can be just as bad as physical. It's horrible. It's ruined my life, but now I'm getting back on track. I'm getting help. Okay, so the beginning. So, you know, my concentration is not very good. Like, I'm literally looking out the window now, seeing what's going on. So I've wrote everything down. How it's affected me, not very well. I did have anxiety and depression before, and it's just amplified it. Like, my depression can get so bad some days that I can't move. I'll just be paralysed on the floor, and there's nothing, I can't even cry. I can't feel anything. My anxiety, like some of the things that he said to me, and like the list of things that he hates about me, it just made me so self-conscious and anxious, because every time I was with him I was like stepping on thin ice, trying to not piss him off, because it was horrible. It may not sound bad, but if you've actually been through it, it's just okay, so I will start from the very beginning. So I was seeing one of my friends for about 6 months, and he wasn't ready to make it official. Me being the fucking begging bitch I am, I wanted it to be official, and I like labels on things. I like labels, and it just weren't happening. I was getting pretty fed up, and that's when I met him and left this guy, which I told him I was so sorry about it, and we're still friends now. It's just don't date your friends. It doesn't work. I ruined a friendship because Miss Kitty wanted some. Yeah, but thankfully we're still friends now. We're both happy, and we're both getting on with his lives. So what happens is, me and my friend was going into town. Not the one I dumped, obviously. We'll use a real... No, we'll use a fake name. We'll call it A. So me and A was going into town for some partying, and she was meeting her boyfriend, and we were all friends with that friend group. Loved it. And they'd brought another friend out that night who was single. And I thought, ooh, he's pretty fit. He wasn't fit. I had fucking beer goggles on. If he's fit, then I'm fucking Lady Gaga. So yeah, I got talking to him and I'm like, we'll call him Master Manipulator. Yeah, I got talking to Master Manipulator. We'll just call him Double M. And I thought, oh yeah, this is cool. I'm gonna leave my friend for you. So that's when I dumped that guy. Most horrible night of my life. I upset him so much. I'm just so glad we're still friends after. And oh god, I can't even remember much. Do you know when you like trauma block things out and you've got to dig for them? But he smoked weed, which at the time, it didn't bother me. Do what you want, it can't kill you, it's natural, I'm not bothered. We'd go out on drives and he'd smoke and then he'd drop me back home. I thought, oh yeah, this is cool, this is adventurous, I love this. And the first arguing started the first week of being together. I should have counted that as a red flag, but I obviously didn't, because there's nothing in between his eyes, nothing. And it'd just be constant arguing. We'd be lucky if we'd get away with like 2 weeks without arguing, that'd be really lucky. And he used to like break up with me, and I think it was pretty sadistic, because he would break up with me, I'd be absolutely heartbroken, and then he'd like try and drag it on for as long as possible and then eventually get back with me. There was not a time where he didn't get back with me. I always knew he was coming back, and that's what I absolutely feared in the end. Like, he's coming back, I can't do this. He was always putting me down, like for my looks, for who I am as a person. I had to, like, if you see pictures of me from then, I look so basically normal. Cause every time I tried to express myself, he was like, no, you're like a child, you're disgusting. Like, I can't be with someone who acts like a child, when all I was doing was like dressing like I do now. Oh, this one is a major red flag. Basically, every time I made a friend and I was seeing those friends, he would get so moody about it. Like, how dare you have friends? And now that I think of it, that's a tactic they use. Like, if you've got no friends, you've got nobody to run to other than them. So it's a win for them. I joined this group chat with some new friends and we was talking in the lockdown, and he wouldn't talk to me. Literally, it was lockdown, so honestly, that week I stopped at his in lockdown. I couldn't go anywhere. It was hell. Like, it just sends me into a little panic thinking about it now. I had to, when I was there, I couldn't say a word, because one word he would kick off and then it would be like the worst few days ever, and that just kept repeating until I went home. Yeah, friends anyway. Yeah, he got so mardy about it. Like, he'd constantly, like, all the time I was with him, he'd constantly be sat like that. And near the end, I just wanted to get that face and go. But I couldn't, because I was a wuss. And he was in control of me. Warning signs, we've kind of talked about that. I'd say, like, when you notice somebody nitpicking your looks, how you dress, how your personality is, they're not for you. Get out of there. Don't leave it for 2 years like I did, so it's so hard to get out. Me and this guy, we're gonna get a house. And like past friends have said, it's horrible to say, but I probably would have been killed. Right, so we're trying to break up. When the power was in my hands to break up, I'd do it. And I'd just be like, yes, I've done it. And then he would manipulate and worm himself back into a relationship with me. And I'd be more upset getting back together with him than I was breaking up. The amount of times I tried to break up with him and he wormed me back is unreal. Like, he'd say stuff like, I'm going on a drive, I don't think I'm ever going to come back. And that's just like another way of saying, oh, if you break up with me, I'm going to off myself. So that obviously scared me, and I'm a very guilty person. With my anxiety, I feel like I never make the right choice. I'm scared of making a choice in case it's wrong. Even with where to eat, it's like that. So imagine how I felt like doing that. And he'd be like, oh, I can change. I'll show everybody I love you. I'll be a good boyfriend. That'd work for about a week, and then it'd be back to normal again. It was just a continuous cycle. There'd even be times when, like, he'd break up with me and he'd leave me on the sofa in his room crying, and he'd just watch me. He watched me for about an hour, and then he was like, oh, do you want a hug? And then I'd end up staying the night and he'd get back with me the next day. Like, that's sadistic. Because he smoked a lot of weedy puff, he said he was addicted because of daddy issues. I'm sorry, but I don't think you can get addicted to that unless you have nicotine in it, obviously. Like, I'd want to see him, and then he'd be like, well, I'd rather choose weed over you. Like, bruh, you choose a little plant over me. Okay, cool. This whole situation also, after we finally broke up, I couldn't like really speak to any other man. Men, they did scare me. They scared me, and I just didn't want to be near them. I honestly thought I was a full-blown lesbian because I just didn't want men near me. It took a lot of guts. It took a lot of forcing myself to do things. Like, the day I was meant to be meeting Matt, my current partner, who's an angel, I forced myself, because we went for food at Witherspoons, all of us together first, and I forced myself to ask him to my room after to get ready with me, just so I'd be forced to speak one-on-one with him, so I couldn't hide behind anyone. And yeah, it worked. I'm so sorry, this timeline is like really jumbled up, but you get my gist. He would constantly bring up how he had a better thing with his ex than me, and that he wished he'd not binned all the stuff to do with her. Like, tell me if that's normal. And I'm just trying to think of all the bad things he's done. It's just hard to talk about, but it needs to get out there. Everything would be my fault. He'd just switch up and down all the time. So when I was thinking of leaving, he'd act all nice, like he was the one and I was just being crazy. He hit one of my female friends. Basically, it was my birthday party and my friend had like, she'd spilt something all down a dress. So I'm like, come on borrow one of mine, it's fine. So she was getting changed in my room. He walked in, because, this is going to sound dodgy, but I promise it's not. We was both pissed. We tripped over something and we fell on top of each other in the corner, and he walked in and thought something dodgy was going on. It wasn't. We're just clumsy bitches. And she was flirting with all his friends all night because that's what she wanted to do. Let her be. And at one point, she was talking to all his friends in the living room, just having general conversation and a laugh. And he was just like, oh, I'm fed up of this. He went up to her and punched her in the face. I repeat, he punched my female friend in the face. He obviously then got kicked out and then went and sat in the driveway. And me, being his little puppet, followed him out, begged him not to go home. Like, what kind of person does that? Obviously fucking me. I was doing everything I could. I was saying sorry to him. I was saying sorry to him. What? He stayed. And, like, I am so sorry to that girl, because I could, like, not see through him. He was, like, perfect in my eyes. Oh. Okay, so this is the time where I am gonna go through the messages to try and jog my memory a bit, because I can't remember a lot of it because I chose not to. So most of these are the arguments, and some of it is just nasty stuff is said. So let's start with this one. This is because I was hanging around with my friend A, and I put, why the F are you being like this? And he just put, see you at the pub. So I put, and he put, I'll ignore you, don't worry. I just put, thanks. He put, no problem. You aired me, so why can't I air you back? I put air, and he said ignore. I just put, I was having my nails done and I wasn't replying to anyone. And the second time I was sorting something out with A. So another thing is, I wouldn't even ignore him. I wouldn't touch my phone because I'd be doing something busy, like working or pampering myself. And he just gets so irate about that. Like, he'd just kick off at me for it. I can't help, just let me have some time. I thought I was clingy, apparently not. Because I worked with males, some who were twice my age, he couldn't trust me. He couldn't trust me with them. And you see, that really winds me up, because every single relationship I have been loyal to the bone. And when people accuse me of stuff like that, it's just, I don't like being accused of stuff I haven't done. It's just, so he put, my head won't let me trust you no matter how much I want to. And I put, well, you know you can. He also put, oh, this is funny. This was my Facebook banner for like months. He put, you aren't what I normally go for either. I like natural girls. I just put, oh, thanks. And he put, welcome. Like, he should have known this when he got with me. I will never be natural. Natural is not me. If I ever look natural, please kill me. Lock me up, because that is not me. And he knew from day one, because I had like pink in my hair. And we'll get to that after. The second time I dyed my hair pink, it was not good. But he should have known. I mean, I had a fucking collar, for God's sake, like a big O-ring choker. I was more tame back then, but I still had that whiff of Evie. Oh, another one. Because I was busy and I didn't reply to him. Sket, we're over. I know you're ignoring me. Feels like it from my side, you just annoy me. It's just how you are though. So it's fine. I can do this. I'll try my best. Lol, getting aired. Are you dead? Hello? I'm trying to be nice. I know you're ignoring me. We're over, sket. Oi, 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 oi. Now this is what you call choosing someone else over me. Coming to yours. I was also with Amy at the time. Well, we'll call her Amy. Yeah, A is Amy. I don't care. Amy's a she. Coming to yours. If you want me to hate you, you're going the right way. Can you at least confirm if we're over? Have you done having a strop yet? I'm sorry. Is that what you wanted? Baby. All throughout these gazillion messages, I never replied once. And I'm the crazy one? Oh, this is another time where I put, forget getting picked up later if you're being a bitch. I put fine with me. Bet you're only piping up to impress Amy. I'm on my own, mate. We're over. Okay. That was his favourite phrase. We're over. Never meant anything. Never did. Oh no! Come back. Come back. Oh, this is a bit about his ex. I tried so hard to let us work. It just doesn't. And me being the sassy little bitch put, because of you. Then MM put, I don't feel like I have anything with you like I did with X's name inserted here. You just try and piss me off. I said, F off back to X's name here, then, and her whale, Fanny. Oh, another one. I don't feel like I can even trust you with your work colleagues. I just put, wow, really, thanks. And he put, that's what I feel like. Like, bro, no. Here's some more from the ex situation. I'll leave you alone, night. I put, okay, good night, call me if you need anything. That's just a normal, nice little conversation before bed, isn't it? A nice little goodbye message. Straight after I put that, he put, shouldn't have binned everything to do with X. I have lots of memories and shit. Was there any need to put that? Absolutely not. He was just a bit loco. I put, I don't want to start an argument, but go back to X. You seem to talk good things about her a lot. Don't want to get hurt. And he just put fine. I put, you're not over her, are you? He put, I should have left it at good night. We can't even talk. And whose problem is that? Answer my question, I said. He put, it was over a year ago. I put, still not answering. He put, I don't think she's fit. I don't want her. So I just put, are you over her? Yes or no, honestly. And he put, and what does this determine? If it's yes, we live happily ever after. And if it's no, then we're over. I put, just answer, please. I told you, I respect honesty. He's just, this fucking man. And then he put, I'm over her. I miss what we had. And I just put, you don't like what we have. Well, girl, eventually you didn't. Oh, another one from when I was busy. This was at work, I think. It starts off with me saying, sorry, geez, been busy. And he put, doesn't matter, forget about it. I put, okay. He said, why are you being so weird? I put, I'm not. He put, right, okay, I'm just gonna leave it. No point working myself up. I don't know what this is a horrible message. I don't know what's got into you, but you best fucking knock it back out. And I put, why are you talking to me like that? So when I dyed my hair bright pink, he absolutely hated it because I wasn't normal enough. I wasn't natural. Oh. So he put about my hair, if I came, I wouldn't touch you. So now I've been honest, are you happy? I just put, I just think it's pathetic. He put, I think dyeing it was. I put, not really, I feel like myself now. I'm so happy. He put, good for you. Losing your boyfriend because you want to look 12. Another situation is how horrible he was to my friends. So I have this ex, and it's not the one I was on about earlier, but we remained good friends. Because, like, if you got on well before, why not remain friends? And he was in the same friend group as me and Amy. So we was all going to a little rave together called 90s Fest. I don't know if you've heard of it. So he put, I don't think my friends come into 90s Fest anymore because your ex is going. Well, yeah, well, I'm same, to be honest. If he pisses me off, I'll kick the shit out of him. I just put he's soft as a brush. And he said, even better, when he's down, I can kick his head in. And I just put, stop. He said, that's only if I see him anywhere. I said, well, we're obviously going to bump into him. He said, why is that obvious? I said, if you get kicked out, I'm not coming with. And he was like, in fact, you can do whatever and stay with him. I can go with my friend if he comes. I assure you, tagging with your ex is the worst thing I could think of, apart from with you getting with him in front of me. In fact, you can do whatever and stay with him. I can go with my friend if he comes. I just put, you being pathetic. Go to 90s, enjoy yourself, get with your ex for all I care, lol. After tonight, you won't have to speak to me again. I just wanted to understand why I'm the one putting in effort. And I'm the one that's bothered. And I wanted to understand why you kept making me feel like this. And you're chatting bollocks if you say you're busy now. It's stuff like this. All the things he was doing wrong to me, he switched it and said I was doing it to him. Sometimes I believed it. It's just, how could I be so stupid? Oh, here is the famous list of things he didn't like about me. This one's spicy. So, here it is. Number 1, eat with your mouth open. Number 2, the things you eat. We'll get onto that in a minute. Number 3, smoke a lot. Yes, because of you, my friend. Number 4, leaving the toilet door open. It's a free country, come on. I forgot what number I was on, but the next one. You refuse to wash pots. Next one, belittling me when I'm driving. Everything has to be your way. Example, aux cord. Plus, you want to look like Barbie. I just want to be in a relationship with an adult now. I'm done being childish. Jokes are funny, or when we're taking piss, but not all the time. I just need to make myself be into you as much as I was. Oh, this is him mocking me in a message. Oh, can't wash up. Oh, can't tidy up. Oh, I can't clean my own mess. Oh, I can't eat that. Oh, I want to complain that my boyfriend doesn't see me when I'm a boring bastard. Just put, got any more digs? These are quite entertaining, and I'll never be boring. And then, this was also my Facebook banner for a while. I hope you crash, fucking bitch. So, the eating thing. Buckle your seatbelts. You might already know if you've watched this channel for a long while. I did get really ill over it once, but I don't know how to explain it. It's more like selective eating disorder, but the mental health team has put it down to anxiety. But I eat very limited foods. Not that I don't like them, I just can't bring myself to try them. Like, it's repulsive to me. It's like, say for example, eggs. Repulsed by them. I won't even touch food I can't eat. And he used that against me all the time. He's like guilt tripped me saying, oh well, we can't have kids because you'll just fucking die and leave them. Like, what's the point of moving in together if you're gonna fucking die? He'd make me feel so guilty for it, and I couldn't help it. So we love a man who stands mental health. Oh, this is another lovely one. Funny for me to wake up pissed off. We were in an okay place when I went to sleep. Now I wish you were dead. I was happy to give you a chance on Tuesday. Babe, keep your chance. Keep your fucking chance. Okay, so this is my proudest moment in life. The final breakup. I did send him a list in note apps saying all the things why I didn't want to be with him and how he really made me fail. I will try and find that, but if I can't, and then he then wrote me back one, like a reply to it, and it was just so pathetic. It was so pathetic. So I just put, I don't think it's meant to be. I'm sorry. I just need to focus on myself for a while and find out who I am and what I want. He put, is this what you really want? I put, I think so. I'm sorry. And then this is where the guilt tripping and the manipulation kicks in. I'm going to miss you. And then I put, I know, but I need to focus on myself. They didn't ever think we was ever going to be over. I thought we were both saving to get a house because that's what we wanted. And I just put to, I explained to you in them texts how it won't work and I don't want a house with you anymore. I was excited to see what we could achieve together. If this is what will make you happy, then okay. I don't want to go downstairs, lol. They'll ask me why my eyes are red. Probably because of all that fucking weed you've been chain smoking. I thought this was working. I thought this was happy. And then this is a part where he tried to do the trick he does all the time when we break up and lure me into the car. Didn't work this time. This bitch wasn't having any of that shit. So he says, I can't believe it. If I would have just texted you, I would have been fine. Oh no, this is it carrying on. I thought you was the one. We got through thick and thin. But why didn't you treat me like I was the one then? And we got through everything because you always convinced me to crawl back with your mind games. Tell him, Evie. Tell him. Push, you can talk to me when you pick up your stuff later. Seeing as you did this all over text. What you mean treat you like the one? I thought I'd treat you like the one. In fact, I'm going on a drive, so I'll drop your stuff off. You don't have to see me, I'll just put it on your drive if that's what you want. Unless you want to come out for a cig. That was my thing at the time. I'd be fucking straight out that door, but I didn't. Why are you doing this to me in the harshest way? Refuse to call, refuse to see me, just text only. I put, because it's easier for me. In other words, so you don't get me tangled up into your little web again, because you're good at doing that. It's so mean to me though. Why at least have the decency to say bye? This is obviously easy for you. I put, if I saw you in person, you'd worm your way back. He says, I don't want that, I won't. Come out for one last cig, please. Like, nah. It hurts me knowing you don't care enough to even do that when we've been together 2 years. I wanted to speak to you in person one more time before I lose you to some random guy. There wasn't any other guy. And I just put, it's not that I don't need another guy, I need myself. If you don't like me anymore, then it's not like you'll want me back, please. I just put, I need to focus on myself. Fine. I'll just find it to your dad. What? Give. I thought you were nicer than this. Do you see what I mean by the mind games? Trying to turn it back on me like I was a horrible person. I just put, stop trying to make me feel guilty. It's not going to work. I'm smart enough to know that working on yourself means you don't want me. At least my exes broke up with me in person. I think my mental health is loads more important than a relationship. I wish you'd let me help you. I tried. But you just took the piss out of me and used it against me. There was no chance you were ever going to help me. You only made things worse. And then it hit me with the I love you. And I'm like, okay. Then a few days later it was like, oh Jesus, you change your Facebook to single quick. Is there a chance we will get back together one day? I don't know, I'm not Mystic Meg. I need to figure myself out before I focus on anyone else. Then he put, I'll wait for you. Not like anybody wants my ugly mug anyway. Did your mates have some say in this, by the way? Or did you actually break up with me? My mates did have a say because I was a wreck. And they were like, you need to leave him. Because look what he's doing to you. This is no life. In the end, it was my decision, but it really, like, my friends really helped me see the perspective of I thought we could still be friends. And then I put, I'll be civil, I just need to get myself grounded first. And then this bitch had the audacity to put, okay, I've told no one to be mean or send hate your way. When in fact, all his mates were on my side, and they still are. I'm still good mates with all his mates because he's an arse, and they know that. Like, one of them actually confronted him for how he treated me. I just put, thanks, I don't deserve it anyway. Not like I cheated on you or left you for someone. And then, I can show everyone I love you if that's what you want. Mate, you had 2 years to do that and you didn't do it. So I hope them texts shed some light because I really don't know what to... Let me have a break and come back to it. Oh yeah, also, every time I got my lips done, it would be for another guy, so I'd get shit from that as well. That's when he told me to crash my car and die because I had my lips done. And I posted a picture on Snapchat of them. And he thought I was posting them for other guys to look at. No. I don't even do that when I'm single. I post pictures of myself because, like, I'm catering to the girls' gays and theirs. Not men. Not you. When I finally broke up with him, it took a few weeks to, like, fully hit me that I've done it. I will never have to suffer like that again in my control. And I was driving home from work one day, I just burst out crying with, like, legit tears of happiness. Like, this is it. I'm out. I've done it. And just, yay! I think the camera got a bit too excited then. Yeah, so I was, like, well and truly scared of him all the time. Like, every time I was with him, I was tiptoeing around him. Because one wrong thing... Stop it. One wrong thing, he would get moody, not talk to me, break up with me, say horrible things to me, make me do horrible things. And I'm just so happy to be out. And, like, I gave up on all men because I thought they were all the same. They were all manipulative, and I was terrified of getting into another relationship just in case that happened again, because I could not go through that again. I'd be dead in the nicest way possible. I'd rather log off this planet than get in another relationship like that. That's how bad it was. And then I met Matt. He showed me that men can be respectful and nice and caring. Nobody's ever shown me the amount of care and love Matt has, and it took me a while to get used to it because I was like, I was so used to getting emotionally abused. Like, he brought me a McDonald's breakfast to work once, and I was like, why have you done that? Why have you done that? Like, what do I owe you? Why have you done that? And I couldn't stop saying thank you. And he's like, well, it's just a normal, decent thing to do. And, like, I'd never had that. And, like, the first night we slept in the same bed, shall we say, I had to leave and go back to my hotel room after a while of cuddling because it freaked me out. I wasn't used to getting cuddled. I was used to just getting kicked into the side of a wall and like, oh, I don't want to touch you, you're disgusting, like, you're vile, I'm not touching you. So the cuddling was like, this is weird. Do I like it? Do I not? This is freaking me out. I'm leaving. And I didn't want to kiss him either, because that was weird to me. Like, any sign of affection, it was not the norm for me. So that's how it affected me later in life, but I've got used to it now. Matt's the angel that I've always needed. And we're moving out next year. And again, the amount of panic that would set in when I was with Master Manipulator and he would mention moving out and we were looking at houses, the amount of panic that induced in me, like, I'm gonna have to live with this man. I'm gonna have to see this man every day and deal with his bullshit. I was talking about this with my therapist the other day. It was like, how did you feel through all this? And my one word explanation was just trapped. Trapped in a little cage. I couldn't get out. I was fucking clawing my way out there, but I wasn't getting anywhere. And getting onto the weedy puff stuff, I didn't want to be around him after he'd done it, because it would just make him such a horrible person. Everything would be amplified times 10. And there were quite a few times where I was just like, can you stop for me, please? Because you're not you when you do it. Just please. And every time it'd be like, well, I'd rather smoke weedy puffs than be with you. So go home. Okay. And in the end, like, I go into panic every time I smell it now. Like, if I'm out about in the streets and I smell it, I've got to go like that, because I just panic, because that smell is associated with him and it brings back all those bad memories. Like, I don't care if you do it, just do it away from me, because it just brings back too much and I don't want to relive that. Another thing, oh, the boring stuff as well. He'd use that a lot. He'd be like, oh, you're so boring, go home, or you're boring me, I'm going home. I don't know, he'd never go home, but it was just like sadistic in a way, because he enjoyed seeing me upset from it. Like, if you know me truly, I am not boring. I am erratic and crazy, but then again, I couldn't be my true self with him, because he didn't like it. He just wanted me to be a little emotionless, non-talking back little puppet. He could get me to do anything, and I would do it. I ended up losing a lot of friends to him, which is what he wanted, because they kept telling me I need to get out of there. And I was like, oh no, it's fine, it's normal, everybody fights, it's normal. And they got so fed up about it. And in other cases, he'd make me split from them. I lost Amy for a while, because she told him some information, what was true but wasn't true. And because I wanted to stay with him, I fell out with her for a few years. Last year, I think it were, we started talking again. We went out for dinner to like meet up and talk about stuff, and we're like that again now. And that is all his fucking fault. Stop it. That was all his fault. How dare he break me up with my friends? How dare he make me want to push everyone away? Like, now I'm not scared of him anymore. Fuck that man, I'm not scared of him. It's more anger now. So I'll try and think of anything else I need to add, but if not, this will be the end. Oh, another thing as well, like, for example, we'd be going for like a day out somewhere, say example a zoo, and he'd just like, he'd find something to argue with me about, and I didn't argue, I just sat there and took it because I really wanted to go out. And he would eventually turn the car around, go all the way back home, tell me to get in my car and go home, and then when I'm on the way home, he'd ring me like, I'm sorry, I love you, let's go. So then I would turn the car around, go back to his house, and then we'd go. And this happened quite a few times. It was just like stupid little games, probably to see how controllable I was. But do you know what? Conclusion, I'm a strong person now. I don't take shit from anyone. I don't take shit from any man. Like, my motto when I broke up with him was, if you don't like me, there's someone out there who will like me for who I am. And that's why when Matt came into the picture, I was my total weirdo self. I dressed how I wanted, I acted how I wanted, didn't fucking mask in front of him. I even farted on the first night, and he was cool with it, and burped and everything. I just thought, this guy doesn't give a shit about what I'm like. He loves it. He loves me for who I am, and he never wants to change me. So that's how I knew he was the right person for me. And unless you find someone who can deal with you, who actually loves how you express yourself and how your true personality is, don't settle for anything less than that. Don't do it. So this was kind of a long video. If you made it all the way through, thank you for listening to my story and letting me vent. I hope you all have a lovely Christmas. I might be doing another Christmas vlog this year. Yes, so have a great, well, in my words, have a great Yuletide and have a happy new year. Goodbye.